Hey there, golf lovers. Looking to step up your game? Let me tell you about Mollybox, the ultimate golf subscription box. Every month, Mollybox sends you a box packed with premium golf gear, accessories, and stylish apparel, all delivered right to your door. Imagine getting top-tier apparel and more, all handpicked just for you. With Mollybox, you'll stay ahead of the game and boost your performance. It's like having a personal caddy in a box. So why wait? Join the Mollybox family today. Head over to mollybox.com and use your limited time promo code ROGUE25, ROGUE, ROGUE 25 for 25% off your first box. That's mollybox.com.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/BloodyHappyHour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
Well, this is your Bloody Happy Hour podcast.
Quickie edition. This is where we tell you lots of stories in the news.
Ooh.
Yeah, you didn't know about that intro? That's how we do things around here.
Yeah, it's different every single time. Can I say that it is my first week of summer? Like I'm off for the summer. And I had such a hard... I usually spend my first 2 weeks with nothing true crime, all like fake stuff. Like I've been catching up on all the Law and Orders and all the organized crimes. I caught up on SWAT. Wow. The new Criminal Minds came out.
Man, you've been busy.
But let me tell you... Oh, yeah, I've been busy doing this is my first time leaving the house in 2 days.
I know you had to do a lot of electrical work.
Yes. We did have some electrical work going on.
We'll tell you about it on Thursday. We'll tell you about that on Thursday.
Just say I could probably have a rave in my house.
You might have already done it, and maybe I did too.
But I will say, all the shows that I just said, not really SWAT, but like Law and Order, Organized Crime, and Criminal Minds, they always pull bits and pieces of real stories that are going on and kind of make it their own. Sometimes they're almost identical. So the newest the newest organized crime that I watched was pulling in like the Gilgo Beach murders, but then a little bit of like the Murdaugh stuff. And so basically it was like if the Murdaugh family was concealing a serial, like the son was an actual serial killer and they were concealing it this whole time. So you know how like they think the Gilgo is like the police department,
Yeah,
like hiding stuff. So anyways, but when you watch this, like, oh yeah, they're throwing shots at Gilgo, they're throwing shots at the Murdaughs. Yeah, it was really good. But I like when I can make connections like that to true crime. But that's all I've done with.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm still in trial, so
Yeah, nothing. So we're Karen Reed for the quickie.
nope. I got a lot of other things.
Okay.
I do have an update on one of the quickies you talked about. I don't know when it was, a couple weeks ago, of the sleepover. The
Yes,
dad.
good. I saw that. What is it?
Michael Maiden, 57, drugged his daughter and her friends with fruit smoothies that were laced with sleeping medication.
Yes,
and
great dad.
they didn't go to bed during the sleepover. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison. He apologized during the sentencing after pleading guilty to 3 felony counts of causing another person to ingest a controlled substance, aka benzos. So, yeah. And then he told the court, "My whole life is destroyed. Everything that was important to me up until that point is gone." Oh, I mean, you should have thought about that before you drugged your daughter and her kids at your sleepover.
But he's getting what, 2 years? What'd you say?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. And so people were like, that's not a lot of time, which there was a crime being committed, but nobody was really, really hurt. But if you're a regular person in society and you got a job and you got a home, having to go to jail for 2 years interrupts your whole life. Like now he probably can't go back to his whatever job he had before because he's going to be a felon. He's going to be on probation. Oh yeah,
People be hiring felons, you know. So
true. But I do think it's disrupting his life.
I mean, I would absolutely disrupt my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 whole years. No.
Yeah. So that happened. Anything else on that one?
Well, no, but I just had an update too on one of the stories that came up.
Update us.
Do you remember the story I talked about where there's a boyfriend and a girlfriend and from North Dakota, and the boyfriend was going to the airport because he had got an email from a alleged family member that said he was inheriting $30 million, and he was supposed to go meet this person at the airport. Well, when he found out he got $30 million and he broke up with his girlfriend, and then at the airport he got really, really sick and ended up dying.
Yes.
His girlfriend poisoned him with antifreeze because she thought since they're, what's it called when you live together but you're not married?
Oh, you know, my word recall is so bad, but it's common law.
Common law. She thought she would
it's improved. It's improved just now.
She thought that she would be entitled to half of the money if she killed him because they're common law married. Well,
Man.
turns out that it was all a scam. He was not getting $30 million. There was no fame, so she killed him for no reason. She is going to spend the rest of her life in prison.
What?
She actually
Did she plead
killed him.
guilty?
No, if she would have, then she pled. Oh, she did. On Wednesday, pled guilty to 1 count of felony murder, intentional knowing, or with extreme indifference.
She pled guilty and still got life?
Well, maybe she was going to be looking at the death penalty.
Ooh, where was it, you said?
North Dakota.
I don't know nothing about North Dakota.
Yeah, so I saw that come up. So I
Wow.
did throw that in there.
I remember that. That
I
feels like
love when
so
we
long
close
ago.
some cases
I
like
know. So 2 cases. Closed. Sound effect. Did you see this week anywhere the guy with the tattoos and the paintings all over
good-looking guy.
I know.
I was like,
Let's take off the swastikas. So, of course, he's a Florida man.
I knew you were going to talk about him because I was like, Caroline would think he was hot.
Oh, for
Minus
sure. He
Florida?
went Yes.
Not surprised.
He went into prison in 2019 with nothing on his face. He had neck tattoo. It was like neck down. But he decided he was going to do all the things. I'll tell you. He had swastikas. He had one like on the corner of his eye, kind of. And then he has one, which you couldn't see because he has hair now. But when his head was shaved, it's like a huge one on his head, bald head.
My friend did say, like, you have to choose a side when you go to, like, a prison. So if you're white.
I mean, like, you just get tattoos in prison?
I mean, you have, according to him, he had to join the Aryan Brotherhood because it's.
But they can tattoo you. That means needles.
Yes. Good tattoos in prison. Like, some people want to go to prison to get a great tattoo.
I mean, they do be sneaking stuff in. So he had swastikas and he had a skeleton smile tattooed on his face. Mm-hmm. Like the Nightmare Before Christmas. What's her name? And I don't know whatever. But yes, that's what his face looked like. And he's full of them all over his face. All over his face. He was convicted of murdering 2 women just hours apart, so it's spree killing.
Oh.
And I'll tell you about it. Wednesday, he was convicted of 2019 deaths for 35-year-old Christine Melton and 43-year-old Diane Ruiz. Christine was found dead in her Cape Coral home October 7th. That same day, Ruiz vanished while walking to work, and her body was found 3 days later behind a Sam's Club.
Damn.
So what he did was he took Christine Melton home from a bar October 7th, 2019, strangled her, and left her tied up in her home. Diane Ruiz was reported missing the same day. Wade, the killer, told his dad that she got into his car when he asked for directions. I don't know what that means. He then admitted strangling her before throwing her out of the car just to get back in the car and run her over until, quote, she looked like spaghetti.
Oh, my gosh.
He told police, quote, I choked her out until she couldn't breathe anymore. It came across my mind to murder. Just kill, kill, kill.
Possessed.
So he was indicted on multiple charges, including 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. And obviously they said that he strangled these women to death. At the time of the indictment, he was already in custody on unrelated burglary charges. He was hit with additional charges in 2020 when him and another inmate tried to escape.
Oh.
So, I mean, he's trying to get out.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to go get like a real good colored tattoo or something. Maybe they didn't have enough colors. I don't know. So while he's awaiting trial, he had contacted a newspaper.
Okay.
Scripps News for Myers. He contacted them multiple times, and in 2020, he told them that he used to be connected to a high-level human trafficking ring and that he would groom women for them. He claimed that this group was framing him. And they were framing him for the murders as punishment for him trying to leave this trafficking group.
Oh, what a great story that a good conspiracy theorist as yourself would believe.
Then, when they did pre-trials, he was offered makeup to cover up either all of his tattoos or like the swastikas. I don't know how much makeup you would have to do to cover up your whole skeleton stitches on your face.
And he was like, no.
And he refused.
No, because now he's clickbait.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how many letters he's going to get? He's going to probably get married and have a baby in jail. For sure.
Yeah.
In prison. For sure.
Yeah.
In closing arguments, the prosecution says that the murders were premeditated, and his defense claimed that he was just, quote, whacked out of his mind. I mean, yeah. So it took the juries 2 hours.
That was with the lunch break.
To deliberate, including
break,
lunch.
Smoke break.
Guilty on all charges: first-degree murder, grand theft of motor vehicle, battery, first-degree murder, burglary, and another first-degree petty theft. He is going to be, he'll do his sentencing or penalty phase on June 20th. So
wow,
that was wild. And I think it was like the shortest case ever. I couldn't watch the trial. It was
because it happened in 2019, and then he's just now getting tried.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But it was the shortest like trial.
Yeah. But dang, it still took a long time, I guess, with all the COVID trials.
I know.
And it's Florida, so they stay real busy.
I'm gonna give you 2 really bad ones, and then I'm gonna end with a little bit of a not so bad one, more of a comical one. So I'm sure you've seen this. You already know that dumb bitch who
That big black lady?
Yes,
What
with titties hanging
happened?
down to her knees.
Yes. What was her name? Bionca?
Bionca.
Okay, tell me, because I don't know the story.
32-year-old Bionca Ellis accused of fatally stabbing 3-year-old Julian Wood in the parking lot of a Giant Eagle grocery store in North Olmsted, Ohio. Ellis allegedly stole knives from another store down the road, Volunteers of America store. She stole those knives. Then she walked next door to the grocery store where she just randomly was walking, and this lady is pushing her grocery cart and her kids in the cart with her, and she's just paid and she's going out to her car. They pass, and there's people saying that this is like either completely random or it's like a racial thing. Because the people it was like the white woman, white baby, she's a black lady. So all of a sudden they're going in the parking lot, and the next thing she knows is that once they get to the car, so the lady starts following them, Ellis starts following them, they get to the car, and she just starts stabbing. She just randomly starts stabbing. So she stabbed the kid, the 3-year-old baby, twice. Mama is trying to save the baby, pulls the baby, and as she's trying to save the baby, she gets stabbed in the shoulder. And police are saying that it was randomly they were just randomly targeted.
Yeah, but just think about the racism it's going to, like, for that white lady, like, if she thinks it's a bit of racism, just think of how much fear it's going to bring to her to a generalization. Like, so even if it's not motivated, it will bring about some racial
listen
motivation.
to this. So she has some previous arrests for theft. In May 2023, she was charged with theft from a Walmart. She was given 6 months probation, which she didn't complete her required theft education program, meaning she violated probation. A warrant was then issued for her arrest. Then officers, it said May 2023, and then they didn't catch up to her for a year, I guess. I don't know. It just, officers caught up with her on May 30th of this year. She's like in a wheelchair on the side of the road, and I don't know. She was like in a wheelchair with a suitcase.
Homeless?
I know she had tried to get an apartment and didn't have any money, and she basically squatted until they got her out.
She was probably panhandling.
Yeah.
I think she has to be a little crazy.
I would like
to see her high school records.
Yeah. So then when they caught up to her, so records showed that she was being held. So they caught her on May 30th. She was being held for a mental evaluation.
Okay.
Which never happened.
Why?
And then they released her a few days later. And then on June 3rd, this is when this happened.
Oh, so they released her.
So they arrested her for violating probation. She was obviously, there's some mental illness going on there.
Because she's like whispering in court.
Oh, she had two arraignments video where she just looked down the whole time. She wouldn't talk. Then in her one that everybody's seen where she's smiling, the judge asks her if she understands the charges, and she looks up and says, "See." And she was like,
not taking it seriously.
No
empathy, no anything.
At all. And this lady is just disgusting. She looks so gross. I cannot even. But, yeah, she was held for this mental eval. They didn't get it. And then 3 days later, she ends up attacking this little 3-year-old baby and his mom. The judge set bail for the highest that she could, $5 million. And she's been indicted on 1 count of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of endangering children, 1 count of tampering with evidence, and 1 count of misdemeanor theft.
Wait, the little boy died.
The little boy, yes.
Okay.
The little boy died, went to the hospital. He died from his injuries. Mama survived. They were in court the same day she was with her arraignment and just saying, like, this is, like, you know, horrible. She deserves the, you know, because she's going to be eligible for a death sentence. Mm-hmm. Which I actually hope that she gets, like, you know, like these people, I want them to, like, get tortured. Like, cut off something and make it very painful.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and stab her with a bunch of knives.
Do we,
I don't
even
even care.
if she's crazy?
Don't care. I don't like you.
I need them to at least evaluate her, diagnose her, give her some medicine, and see, like, what she was really thinking. That's when they'll find out, like, was it just hate? Or did you, like, hallucinate something? Or were you, because she was in jail for a little bit, or no?
Yeah,
From
a little,
23rd, and they released her on the 30th?
But, and they just released.
Yeah, so it's like, did she like having 3
I saw-
hots in a cot? And she
I
wanted to go back
saw,
to
like,
jail?
several different news blips, and then one was like, she used to live in California and then Florida, and she stole something here, and she stole something here, and I was like, what? And then I heard another report that said something else, and so
She's been homeless.
either
and
way,
sick her whole life. Ugh.
she crazy,
Horrible.
and
It's possession.
yeah,
possessed.
yes. Let's go to another bad one. Madeline Soto. We had some updates. And this is going to be pretty detailed, but I got to give you the details. So, hundreds of pages of investigative documents and reports into this disappearance and the murder of Madeline Soto have come out. There's revealing this mountain of evidence that they have gathered against Stephen Stearns. Okay, Madeline, just to recap, 13 years old. She was reported missing on February 26th, just one day after her birthday party. Her mother, Jennifer, told police that Stephen Stearns, who was her boyfriend, Mama's boyfriend, had taken Madeline to school that morning, but Madeline never made it to school, and police found her body in a wooded area a few days later on March 1st. Stephen Stearns was charged with murder and additionally faces dozens of other charges of sexual abuse for more than 1,500 disturbing images and videos of Madeline that were found on his phone. Madeline's body was found near a line of bamboo trees less than 100 feet.
Was it in the water, though, or no?
No, it was covered in, like, hay or dry grass just on the 100 feet from the road where Stearns had been seen with a flat tire on the day she disappeared. They have not revealed the cause of death, although there have been reports that she was strangled. So investigators detailed the video evidence. Yeah, what was newly released is they have found out that he actually lied about his whole story that he originally told cops. The timeline is what he lied about. He initially told police that he dropped off Madeline near the school at around 8:30 a.m., but investigators said that their surveillance showed him driving with Madeline's dead body in the car nearly an hour before.
Okay.
Because we thought it was 8:30. I just remember 8:30 being like, she was at school. In the video, Stearns can be seen throwing trash bags into the compactor at Jennifer's apartments. That's Mama's apartment complex, which they said that Madeline was in the car and appeared to be completely slumped over with her mouth open. Damn. When they searched the compactor, they found her laptop, backpack, and a trash bag with one of her shoes.
So where was Mom? I forgot, like, during all this? Okay.
I think she was working, but it gets worse. So videos from traffic cameras show him taking a completely different route than the one that he reported to the police on February 26th. And at one point, his car can be seen pulling into a garage near a Holiday Inn. Once he's in the garage, it says, quote, the male walked to the front passenger side of the vehicle, opened the door, proceeded to carry what appeared to be a limp body to the trunk of the vehicle. So he put her in the trunk. Okay.
Okay.
So he previously lived with Jennifer and Madeline at their house, but told officers that he moved out in December 2023 to take a job offer that his dad gave him. But besides Jennifer and Madeline, there were at least 2 other people living in the home as roommates. Okay. Investigators served a search warrant on the property early in the investigation and noted that immediately that the rooms in the home matched the background of the images of child sex abuse allegedly found on his phone. So they're like matching things up, I guess.
Okay.
They're matching it up. They found masturbation cream in his room along with the Sig Sauer weapon, ammunition, and a black wallet with a chain spelling Natalia containing credit cards and multiple names. Damn. Mama told officers that she allowed her daughter to share a bed with Stearns on the night before Madeline disappeared. She had sent the 2 to sleep together. But Stearns told the deputies that he had arrived at the home while Jennifer was still at work. So he got there. She's still at work, and he got there, quote, just in time to make sure that she was doing all of her nightly routines. I don't know. It's all cryptic, and it's like, so Mama said she saw Madeline when she got home at 11 p.m. on February 25th, and she sent Madeline and Steven Stearns off in another room so she could sleep.
Oh.
And get more rest.
No, bitch. You
Are
got
you
some money to go so he can go screw your daughter. And you're okay with it. But was this boyfriend at the time? Or just roommate?
All I've always heard is he's always been the boyfriend.
Okay.
His ex-girlfriend now comes out.
Okay.
And contacts police and says that she stopped talking to him after he talked about sharing a bed with a teenager. She told police Steven Stearns justified this behavior by saying he needed to cuddle with her so he could fall asleep. She further said in a conversation that she had with Steven that he told her that he woke up in bed with, it says redacted, with Madeline, let's assume, with an erection, and he had to turn around. Oh. So he's like telling people this stuff.
Yeah.
There's also been interviews with family and friends and teachers. They talked about how she was a sweet girl. She was very kind. Talked about how she had anxiety. She had difficulty imagining. Her friends had difficulty imagining why she would run away, saying that she had no problems with anyone. Nobody, like there was no like bullying or no anything like that. And then it says, one identified 13-year-old told deputies, this name is redacted, so I'm going to say Jane. So I don't know if, Jane told, this is the 13-year-old talking. Mm-hmm. Jane told me that Madeline typically got her menstrual cycle 2 days before she did, except last month, Madeline got hers a week or 2 after Jane got hers. They didn't have a conversation why the menstrual cycle was late. Jane believed Madeline was a virgin, and she did not ever see or hear anything to the contrary. So, did he get her pregnant?
Wouldn't that come out, though?
I don't know. Maybe that's why he killed her.
Yeah. Damn.
Documents were released days after prosecutors announced that they intended to seek the death penalty.
Yes, they should.
So, I'm still waiting for them to arrest Mama. What are they doing with her?
What would be the crime? They need to have evidence that she knew and allowed it. You can't arrest somebody for being a dumbass, or for being like insecure, or lonely, because it sounds like this bitch just wanted a boyfriend and wanted a daddy for her daughter. That she was making things okay that were not okay.
Do you think she didn't know?
Well, okay. Yeah, I think she probably did, but they need evidence that she did.
Because the daughter had, if this had been going on for years, you know she had to say something to her mom at some point or somebody.
Or somebody. She might have, like, maybe this is the type of mom that has done this with every boyfriend, like been obsessed, and so maybe she felt like behind a man, I can't trust.
And
my
but why not even act like in those interviews? She just acted so like, oh, you know, I guess she just is gone.
Gosh.
Well, I don't really know where she is. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think she needs to do some time, but don't know if they're going to have enough evidence to say she did anything wrong. Besides, was a shitty mom.
So bad. I thought there were other siblings in the house, but I guess not.
Gosh, it's even worse.
So those things are terrible, but let's get to a little bit of a lighter case.
Okay.
April, how many years have we been talking about Sarah motherfucking Boone? She back. She's supposed to have trial 13 times now.
Okay.
She on her 8th attorney.
Oh, goodness. Fired or quit?
And 8th attorney just withdrew from the case. Okay, so Sarah Boone is charged with second-degree murder of her boyfriend, Jorge or George Torres, who died after Sarah Boone zipped him up in the suitcase because they were just playing a little cat and mouse, a little hide and seek after drinking some wine. And she videotaped the whole thing and forgot about it and laughing at him for being stuck in the suitcase and he couldn't breathe. And she thought it was funny and she went to sleep and left him in the suitcase and then he died. So
then she slept till 1 o'clock the next day with him dead in the suitcase.
She started smelling him or something. So this is a hide and seek gone wrong. So she apparently was not looking to get rid of this attorney, but she just had some concerns. And so they had a hearing. So a few days after this hearing, June 7th, Boone was represented by Patricia Cashman. This is her 8th attorney to file a motion asking to withdraw from the case. My
goodness.
This request filed on Tuesday. It quotes irreconcilable differences,
obviously,
including but not limited to ethical considerations. So while they had this hearing, Cashman represented Boone during the hearing. But it was clear that there was problems. You know, she wrote another letter.
How many pages was it?
58.
Oh, my goodness.
58 pages. I mean, I thought 3 was a lot. I thought 5 was a lot. 58?
Front and back?
I don't know, but listen, her fans are concerned. And her fans and the ones in her South Korea fans are mainly concerned.
Oh, she has fans in South Korea?
She got fans. She's got fans. So she complained she described this ongoing issues with her representation. No. She says, I've never experienced anyone like Miss Cashman.
I feel like, has this been that first woman? She's had all men, I felt like.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, quote, she will change her disposition and her attitude towards me, and it doesn't matter how dumbed down I am to myself to try to coexist with her. I've even come up with the solution. She said, I even come up with a solution to have a pretend judge in interactions with her so we could try hopefully to treat with her so she could try hopefully to treat me appropriately and professionally, which she does not do. And it says Boone has had complaints about nearly all of her previous attorneys, with her 6th attorney, Frank Bankowitz, withdrawing from the case because she called him a dud and a buffoon. Her 7th attorney withdrew after Boone sent a letter to the court complaining about her ability to talk to counsel. And then Cashman, the current one that she has, said on Friday at a hearing that she had spent hours with Boone accepting collect calls, that Boone did not cooperate with her. She said, I've spent over 20 hours going through questions, going through her lists. When I try to update her with regard to the depositions I took recently, She opted to exit the jail conference when I tried to review some things with her regard to discovery. As to things I wanted to make sure that she was aware of, she walked out. Boone admitted to walking out of the meetings, but denied wanting a new attorney. She said instead of asking the judge, she just wanted to say, Judge, just let her know, please be nice to me and have a welcoming attitude. I feel like I know exactly who Sarah Boone is. And
look, do you think she's doing okay? I do think she.
One last thing, Cashman says I can't spend all my time defending what I'm doing and at the same time be effectively preparing this case for trial.
Yeah.
Facts. She said that she suggested to the judge, because I'm putting this at this point on the judge. He needs to be like, bitch, you need to no more attorneys.
Yes!
You either got to stick with her or represent yourself. Go pro se. Like, it's done. So that and that's exactly what this attorney told the judge. She's like, she suggested, Judge, to enter, either you need to tell her to represent herself or she needs to have one less attorney. This court can only go through so many times with Miss Boone coming into court and then ended up being irreconcilable, whatever differences. No.
Do we think that she is just trying to prolong the inevitable of being actually going to court and being tried and going to real prison? Because right now she's just in the county.
Such a narcissist for some reason. And she really is convinced herself that she
is smarter than everybody.
No, I think she is.
My microphone just fell off.
That's going to sound real good.
Oh, shit.
Just hold it until it
Jeffrey! Josh! Okay, hold on. We'll finish this.
Okay, we'll finish it. We'll fix it. Okay, so her trial is scheduled. It's still scheduled for October 7th, but I feel like she's trying to get she's trying to get her attorneys to present her case as something that it's completely not. And they're like, that's not what happened. There's video evidence. There's this, there's that. You no. And she's getting pissed because she's wanting them to portray her as something else. And they're not, because they can't, because it's obvious that that's not who she is. And she's doesn't want to be painted a certain way. I think that's what it is. But it's the judge that keeps letting her get away with.
Is it a woman judge?
No.
Okay. Well, good.
So as far as yesterday, it's still scheduled for October 7th, and I don't know who's going to be her attorney, but you're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
You fucked again.
She's the worst.
She's the worst.
She's number one. She beats Casey. I think we say this every time we talk about her. She beats Casey. She beats Sheriff Papini.
Well, it's just the story of you zipped up your boyfriend in the suitcase for hide and seek, and you had wine, and you said you don't drink. I mean, she done lied from the beginning so many times. And she has a kid, and she didn't pick up the kid, and the husband. Remember, the ex-husband came over.
She does have a
and
kid.
She called the ex-husband to come over. Y'all need to go listen to episode whatever about Sarah Boone when the trial
murder.
The trial was supposed to start like 3 years ago on May of whatever year.
Yeah, you did this thinking the trial was going to start like the next day.
Yes, because it was scheduled to, and then she started writing letters to the judge. Y'all got to go listen to it. It's called Suitcase Murder. I don't know what episode, but it's real good.
Wow. Okay, there's your quickie. We will see y'all Thursday, and we are going to France.
Oh, Français?
Francais.
Oh, we're going to see Macron?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And his husband?
Okay.
He's like a French ambassador or whatever, and he is married to presumably a woman, but she a man, bruh.
We'll see you on Thursday. Don't forget to
Stay aware.
stay alive.
And always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.
Hey there, golf lovers. Looking to step up your game? Let me tell you about Mollybox, the ultimate golf subscription box. Every month, Mollybox sends you a box packed with premium golf gear, accessories, and stylish apparel, all delivered right to your door. Imagine getting top-tier apparel and more, all handpicked just for you. With Mollybox, you'll stay ahead of the game and boost your performance. It's like having a personal caddy in a box. So why wait? Join the Mollybox family today. Head over to mollybox.com and use your limited time promo code ROGUE25, ROGUE, ROGUE 25 for 25% off your first box. That's mollybox.com.